the Mozzie was a 2024 pick.
And he's saying for next year, he's a pick for next year.
And he's following up when saying the whole draft class was a 2024. Cowboys have that luxury.
Well, especially for the one guy that would be starting, Overshown, who I'm sure we're going to get into.
Oh, God.
He's now a 2024 pick.
Yeah, he Overshown definitely would have been a very big compliment to this team. However, sorry, I'm not going to skip it. I'll bring up the Overshown thing. I was going to say, I'll just wait because you're gonna have.
What's happening. You know what's happening.
Well, you know what? Let's just
because this is a surprise.
Let's give us a grade. Let's all give a grade on Mozzie so far.
I have to say, what's it when you don't make enough classes in school and they
fail?
No, they can't grade you.
I don't know. I didn't miss enough classes.
He's non-participation.
Non-participant?
I can't grade him because.
You don't have enough.
First of all, number one, I can't grade defensive linemen anyway, okay? But number two, I go for the big things. And I notice Hankins out there. I just don't even know when Mozzie Smith is on the field, so that's
a problem.
I think so.
That's a problem. The fact Osa's out there because Osa's doing shit.
Yeah.
They play the same shit. That's the issue. That's your grade right there. You don't hear anything about him. You don't see any replays. It's because he's getting washed the fuck out. He's getting taken out of the play every single time he's out there. That's a bad thing for our nose tackle. He needs to be clogging it up because Chris Collinsworth would be telling you if he was in there clogging it up.
What's your grade? F's? F's all around?
I'm going C-.
C-.
I'm going C- because there's not enough that's 6 games for a rookie.
Hey.
That's unfair to to completely go. But his first 6 games, and I'm just saying his first 6 games, have been a C- for me.
Yeah, and it's roughly halfway through the semester or the year here at CanFan High. You still got time to turn it around, Mozzie Smith, but you really need to start studying. And I'm going to get backwards on my chair when I talk to him. Like a cool teacher.
Yeah, okay, Moz, you just really got to put that time in, man. Dude.
You're like, I don't know the actor's name. It's Bill Burr's new movie. He's directed it. It's Old Dads. It's on Netflix. And there's the one friend, and he's like trying to relate to all the young.
Okay, I got to watch that movie.
Yeah. We watched a bit of it, and it's pretty funny. Ooh, AJ.
Whoa, a little behind scenes.
Hey, shit, the magic. The magic is spoiled.
Good thing there was no wieners.
There we go. Yeah,
okay.
Just a big, just a shriveled mushroom.
AJ trying to check himself out in the mirror for for WebMD or something like that. Just holding his sack up.
Now, as bad as our round 1 pick has been, our round 2 pick has been even more undesirable.
Negative boosh.
I was really looking forward to what Luke Schoonmaker could do. And I'm not going to talk dog shit about him because perhaps he's coming in there and his pass block numbers actually look pretty damn good.
His pass block numbers look very good.
Okay. Overall, but he's had a nice chunk of games, week 2 through 5, where he was blocking really respectably. Okay. So let's assume that trend's going to continue. That's going to be fine. Did you want to draft a blocking tight end in round 2? And did that just mean that they thought so highly of what Ferguson can do? And he's had some pretty big boom games, so I can't take that away from him. I don't think that's incorrect. But is that worth your round 2 pick? I don't know.
The Cowboys fell in love with his attributes, his physical attributes. Is catching something that could come later on? Yeah, it is. But again, we didn't re-sign Dalton Schultz in the offseason. We had, 2 guys that we thought could step in and carry in Hendershot and Ferguson. But I expected Schoonmaker to be right in there battling for snaps. He has 1 catch for 1 reception for 1 yard for a touchdown in 6 games.
Hey,
at least
he's a hundo.
At least he's got on every catch he has a touchdown but still I wanted more. I expected more. Again, 6 games into his rookie season. It's hard to tell, but again, I got to go F. I got to go F.
Wow, it's a schooner.
I'm leading out with an F.
I think the other kind of thing to put on his report card here is that he's only had 5 targets.
Sorry, D, because he blocks good.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you. He's only had 5 targets, but still, 1 reception, 5 targets. I mean, those aren't good odds. That doesn't give Dak the confidence to continue to throw to this guy. So, I'm disappointed too, with a big D.
With a big D. So Ultra is saying Schoonmaker only 5 targets. Remember, it took 3 years for Dak to trust Schultz. And he's saying the problem with our tight end room is Dak. He doesn't trust the young tight ends. So
Yeah, but Schultz was also a 4th round pick. So yeah, sure, Dak might not trust the tight ends, but this makes it a blunder of a pick then by the front office.
Which
you take Schoonmaker hopefully in the 4th. What happened is there was a run on tight ends in the 1st and 2nd. And we got nervous and we picked the next best guy that we thought.
yeah, because we got rid of Schultz. And now
They panicked. They panic draft.
And now they're round 2. Whether or not he's going to be a developmental player for next year or the year after, they need a tight end now. And that's probably why we're hearing a lot of conversations around Ertz coming towards us.
Which would be a blunder of a pick. If you're now trading draft capital away in future drafts to bring a tight end in when we just drafted one in the 2nd round, that's a huge mispick. It's a huge mispick. Still have faith in Schoonmaker, by the way.
So you gave a D. AJ, what was yours?
I gave a D.
A D. Well,
So-
guess what? I follow my boys. I'm
You
giving
might
him a
notice
big
that
fat D.
we skipped rounds 3 and 4, and that's okay because those players haven't played. And
There's no tape.
We're gonna hit them up, but we got round 5. Awesome Richards, and or is it Awesome Richards? I don't know.
He has nicknames. Awesome.
Awesome,
Asim.
Asim.
Awesome. Asim Richards. It's awesome. It's awesome, guys. I know we said that. His nickname's Asim.
Asim. Only 3 games, but he played respectable. So who knows? It's too little snaps to really give a quality grading, but I'm going to give the guy a C+.
I mean, it's tough. I'm going to give your first answer. Not enough for me to even be able to say anything.
Fair enough. Well, at least he's had 22 snaps. So, and when he's been in, it's not been terrible.
But you know what I think those snaps are on punts.
Sure. Well, hey.
Or goal line. That's my guess.
Round 6, we brought in Deuce Vaughn. Deuce had played relatively consistent through the first 5 weeks, did not play in week 3, and he has not necessarily performed like people expected to, but I don't think anyone in this room had any high expectations on Vaughn.
This is what I expect from a 6th round running back. I don't care who it is. You draft someone in the 6th round, I expect to see what we're seeing in and out. He's going to be, in my mind, in and out of the lineup going forward. He was a healthy scratch week 6 at the Chargers, and he's going to be battling to get back into the lineup. And that's fully what I expect from a 6th round pick.
Yeah, and the hope for a guy like Deuce Vaughn is you hang on to him to see. I don't know how long Turpin's contract is here, but you maybe hang on to him for another 2 or 3 years because he could potentially have some good return ability.
Turpin, 3 years last year he signed to 3 years. So next year's his last year.
Okay. So there you go. Like perhaps there is that element where he'll become some sort of like special teams guy for the Cowboys. But for a halfback, I don't see it happening.
For a 6th round running back, undersized running back, he had way too much hype behind him.
Yeah,
he did. And don't get me wrong, when he touched the ball and he had some moves, like I think it was week 1 or week 2,
week two,
where he was doing some shit, I was fired the fuck up. Like I was fired up when Deuce Vaughn was getting the ball.
Yeah. Now to be fair to DV, because I'm just calling him DV.
Okay. You guys are on that basis.
We're on that basis.
Does he call you AB?
Oh yeah, not AB, but like AB.
AB.
Yeah. We haven't seen much from our number 1 running back. So when Deuce has had the chance to come in, I'm looking at it as like, okay, if our number 1 and even someone like our number 2, like Rigo Dowdle, aren't like Rigo Dowdle, it has sometimes you could say he's had a couple bigger plays than TP20, possibly.
Yeah, but you look at Deuce Vaughn's yards per average, it's 2.1.
Right, but so it goes back to what you're saying. They're just because it's a nice story. Yeah, maybe they'll have him in rotation. He's there as a nice to have, possibly, and maybe he gets a higher rotation next season. And this is a 2024.
I just think I think it's unfair that we're even talking about him as much as we do because he had a lot of hype put on him.
Yeah.
Had a lot of hype put on him. He had a great college career. Then you have the story. Then you have he's a hometown kid. I think he had a lot of unfair pressure on him, and people are expecting more. Where this is more of an arc for a 6th round, 5'6".
5'5", and
5'5", 180-pound guy. This is
don't give him extra height.
and this is good. I don't think he's playing bad. I think he's playing to what a 6th round running back in their first year plays.
the fact that he had 26 snaps, 19 attempts for a 6th round back when the Cowboys have Dowdle and Davis did before he actually made it onto the squad. I think that's surprising in itself.
To beat out Davis, a guy that had showed that he could do it in the NFL. Yeah, 100%. And we're still hoping that Deuce Vaughn's arc is on one of these.
Yeah.
Just constantly going up.
Exactly. Learn how to play in the NFL, and at the end of the day, it's a 6th round pick. Don't expect too much from him, but I do want to take this time to say I will be giving away a Deuce Vaughn jersey
To a size medium.
It's going to be size medium.
It's going to be
and
size
I will
Deuce.
be giving it away.
Size Deuce.
I bought it, you sons of bitches. I fucking bought it, but I'm going to give it away.
But I do think what Ad touched on, the offensive line's not helping anyone right now for our running game to all our backs. But I'm not even I'm going to grade him still. I'll probably give Deuce Vaughn I'll give him a C. I'll give him a C for what he's honestly. He's been better. He's been better than He's been better than our 1st round overall, and he's been a hell of a lot better than our 2nd overall. So I'm going to give him a C.
You know what? I'll pass the kid to get him out of my fucking class. Okay?
Well, it's just it's with all of these players that we're looking at. It's so hard. There's so much pressure on rookies to show up. You're not going to always get a Tyler Smith who comes out and has a fairly solid first season.
Yeah, but that's the difference is around 1 and around 6.
Yes, 100%. Yes,
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
That's why the Mozzie Smith pick, regardless if we grabbed him in round 1. Regardless if Ultra's saying that he's a 2024
Play
pick,
now.
It's a round 1. We want the fucking W.
Are the Eagles saying, "Oh yeah, Jalen Carter's a next year"? Sure, he's a 10th overall pick, but I'm sure we could go through a bunch of guys that got picked later on that are doing all the wide receivers. Joey Porter Jr., who I thought we should have taken at 26, is picking off Odell Beckham when Odell Beckham's getting passes the end zone. If our 1st round if Mozzie Smith had an interception or a fumble recovery right now, it's looking, he just hasn't done anything. I haven't even seen him make a tackle. So it's hard to be excited about it, but it's still early.
Yeah.
Even if we heard this on the announcer a couple times, and Mozzie Smith stops him before just to hear him being called out on a big play when he's on the field.
So,
in fairness, we are listening to ourselves more than we're listening to the
definitely, we definitely are.
I don't think I've ever listened to the broadcast.
So I'll watch the replay of the game and I'll hear quips of whoever's announcing.
Yeah,
and that's
do they mention us?
Yeah, there's the CanFan boys.
Oh, they're having a good time.
They're having a blast.
Oh, what's going
Deuce Vaughn, you guys didn't give him a grade though. I gave him a C. You guys gave him a nothing.
I said
you just said
I
pass
said C
him.
to get him out of my fucking
Oh,
class.
you did say C, then add. You didn't give a C.
Well, I didn't say, but yeah, I'll give him that.
C's? C's all around?
An A for the story, a C for the performance thus far.
That feels like my life. An A for the story, a C for the performance.
Baji says Deuce looked great against a bunch of guys that didn't make the team.
Yeah. But hopefully he can figure it out. And we haven't also seen him at the start of the game, really. New York Jets, he had a couple good plays. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
His story's still out there. Same with Mozzie Smith. Same with Awesome Richards. Same with Schoonmaker. It's still a long season.
And
you know what? If any of those motherfuckers makes a big play in the postseason, who cares what we're saying?
Absolutely.
During the bye week before week 8.
Yeah,
Mozzie Smith, make a tackle, sack Brock Purdy in the postseason and cause a fumble. I don't give a fuck what you did in the prior games.
Like the dude from Hard Knocks who barely made the Jets team, and then he gets the winning touchdown for them. It's like that's all we care.
Exactly.
Schoonmaker has a touchdown. I'm going back. Scooney's got a fucking 2nd round A for me. He's got
exactly.
A TD.
Hey, this is mid.
We're swayable. CanFan swayable.
I'm swayable, baby. I'm swayable.
Look, we're just halfway through the year. We're not telling these kids, pack your bags and fucking hit the bus. We're saying, look, this is where you are right now. We'll revisit this report card come end of season.
This is midterm, baby. This is midterm.
Going into the postseason, hopefully.
Yes, exactly. And hopefully
Hopefully
y'all
you're still
got
relevant.
A's.